You are listening to Second Chance Ministry Radio.
Christian Audio presents The Power of God's Names by Tony Evans, narrated by Calvin Robinson. I will reveal my name to my people, and they will come to know its power. Isaiah chapter 52, verse 6. Introduction. What's in a name? A lot, especially when we talk about knowing God through His names. Getting to know God by His names is more than simply learning a new word or discovering a new title He goes by. Learning to know God by His names opens up the door to knowing His character more fully and experiencing His power more deeply. In Scripture, God reveals Himself to us through His names. So to fully grasp the significance and power of God's names, we first need to understand the importance of names in ancient cultures. In Old Testament times, a name was more than simply nomenclature. Rather, it revealed important information about the individual or thing itself. A name is so important in biblical settings that Scripture frequently mentions God Himself changing someone's name to reflect a new reality. Abram, which means exalted father, was changed to Abraham, meaning father of a multitude. Jacob, whose name meant grabber of the heel and deceitful, received a new name after wrestling with God. His new name, Israel, means one who prevails. In the book of Hosea, God changed the names of Hosea's sons and daughter to signify changes in his relationship with his people. Lo Ami, not my people, became Ami, my people. And Lo Ruamah, not pitied, became Ruamah, one who is shown compassion. Hosea chapter 1 verses 6 through 9, chapter 2 verses 1 and 23. Moving to the New Testament, we see Jesus telling Simon, his new disciple, "You are Simon the son of John. You shall be called Cephas," which is translated Peter. John chapter 1 verse 42. The significance was that the Greek word translated Peter is Petros, which means rock. In Scripture, a name often connotes purpose, authority, makeup, and character. In fact, a person's name is frequently seen as an equivalent of that person. When Jesus said, "I have made your name known to them, and will make it known," in John chapter 17, verse 26, he was referencing more than just sounds put together in a word. In Jesus, God came to earth in the flesh and unveiled His heart, mind, will, character, and being through the revelation of His name. In the Bible, name is a translation of the Hebrew word Shem in the Old Testament and the Greek word Onomah in the New Testament. Together, name appears more than 1,000 times in Scripture and routinely carries with it the idea of power, responsibility, purpose, and authority. A name not only expresses the essence and significance of what is being named, but also, when duly authorized, accesses the quality it conveys. Because of the depth of God's character, He has various names that reflect the many ways He relates to humanity. For example, God is called Elohim when revealing Himself as the all-powerful Creator. He is Jehovah Nissi, the Lord's banner of victory, a name you need to know when seeking victory in your life. God is also known as Jehovah Rapha, or the Lord your healer. When you are in need of provision, get to know the name Jehovah Jireh, God the provider. God has a name for every situation we find ourselves in. We need to learn the names of God because when we know His character and His capacity, we will find rest and discover peace and power in His covenantal care of us.
Thank you for listening on Second Chance Ministry.